What's up, foodies? Today I'm making a world famous bread you probably never heard of. It's traditional Newfoundland bread. Newfoundlanders have been making this bread for well over 100 years, and honestly probably a bit longer if you count the days when it was made with sourdough starter instead of commercial yeast. This is the bread I grew up on. My mom loved Newfoundland homemade bread for breakfast, and she made this every week. And if she didn't, Mother did. It's my grandma. It's what we used to call her. We called her Mother. So there was always a fresh loaf somewhere in the house. There's just something about it. Every time I eat it, it brings me back home. Especially when it's toasted with a bit of butter and a cup of tea on the side. So let's get into it. In a bowl, mix 420 grams of warm water with 180 grams of warm milk. Volume and weight conversions will be in the description below. Now you don't want your water or milk scalding hot. It can prevent the yeast from activating. So you want to keep it lukewarm. Then stir in 60 grams of sugar and sprinkle in 14 grams of active dry yeast. That's about 2 packets, or 4.5 teaspoons. Then give it a stir and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes so the yeast activates and looks foamy and alive. And if it doesn't look foamy and alive, toss it and get yourself some new yeast. In a bowl, add 1,000 grams of all-purpose flour and 20 grams of salt. Now give that a quick mix, then make a well in the middle of your flour with a spoon. Then pour in your yeast mixture and then follow that up with 60 grams of melted butter. Stir it together with the spoon until it looks like a shaggy mess, and then switch to your hands. I like to use a pair of gloves at this stage. I find it doesn't stick to your hands as bad, and I sometimes need to get to my camera fast to adjust something in a camera shot. So I use gloves. You don't need to use gloves. I just prefer to use it. Now pour your dough out onto a floured surface and knead it for about 8 to 10 minutes until it's smooth and elastic. Now it might feel a little sticky at first, but that's fine. It will come together. Now place your dough back into a bowl that's been lightly oiled, and cover and let it rise until it's doubled in size. This usually takes about an hour, maybe a bit longer, depending how warm or cold your kitchen is. I find it takes a bit longer in the wintertime than it does in the summertime. Now if you have an oven like me and you have a proof setting, you can put it in there and it usually takes about 30 to 40 minutes. After your dough is doubled in size, you're going to want to punch it down. This isn't as fun as it sounds. I mean, it could be, but we don't want to knock all the life out of our dough. Lift the dough up and fold it back in on itself, then rotate your bowl and repeat a few times. You're pushing out some of the bigger air pockets and redistributing the yeast, and tightening up the structure just enough so it rises more evenly next time. Once it's done, let the dough rest for 20 to 25 minutes. Now this is going to give your gluten a chance to relax, which makes it easier to shape and keep it from snapping back when you're working with it. After 20 to 25 minutes, we're going to split our dough into 2. Now divide the dough into 2 equal pieces so we can shape them into loaves. Or you can save 1 loaf for talons, which you can get the full recipe in the description below. Now if you want that classic Newfoundland bread look, you got to divide each loaf into 3 equal pieces, about 300 grams each, and then roll them into balls and place them into a greased loaf pan side by side. Then cover with a towel and proof until the dough is puffy and sitting about 1 to 2 centimeters above the rim of the pan. This usually takes between 45 minutes to an hour. Again, depends on the temperature of your room. Then place it into a preheated 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, or until it's golden brown and sounding hollow when it's tapped. If you have a thermometer, pull it when the bread hits 190 degrees Fahrenheit. And let them cool in the pan for 5 to 10 minutes, then turn them out onto a wire rack. If you want really soft bakery-style crust, brush the tops with butter right away. Now it's very important you let this cool for an hour or 2 before you cut into it. If not, a lot of steam is going to come out and it's just going to get gummy on the inside and not set up. Remember, it's still cooking at this point, so it needs to cool down. Once it's cooled, slice it up and then spread on some delicious butter and eat it right away. Or make a sandwich, toast it with some butter, have a cup of tea with it, do whatever you want. It's delicious, traditional Newfoundland bread. When I was like 4 or 5, I used to have a slice of toast with my grandfather every morning for breakfast. I used to get up very early. He was up very early, and this is a breakfast item we used to have together, and it brings me back to my childhood, and I really do love it. Let me know in the comments below if you ever had Newfoundland bread before. Nothing beats a good loaf of homemade Newfoundland bread. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, a subscribe down below, and until next time, FOOD-DEE out.